Florida's near total abortion ban is now in effect. The law drops the state's 15-week ban to a 6-week ban.
And the ban affects women who are seeking abortions and health care providers across the state. And joining us now is Florida Senate Democratic leader Lauren Book. Lauren, good to see you, and thanks for being on with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you?
So you say we're doing well, thank you very much, but you say this is not only a confusing and scary time for those in Florida, but also women across the entire country. Explain.
Well, this is really a horrific day. The reality set in yesterday when clinics throughout the state were having to turn women away because of more complicated laws as it relates to abortion. But really, women across the Southeast received care in our clinics throughout the state and now are being turned away. There are places that women can go, Virginia, Illinois, Maryland, but the waits are going to be long. And this is a really horrific reality that women are having to face today. Providers, it's not hyperbole to say women will die as a result of this ban. Come November, we hope to change that, but this is truly, truly a horrific day in Florida and throughout the Southeast.
Let's talk about this ban because it does come with some exceptions for rape, incest, and saving the life of the mother. What are your concerns?
Look, when you talk about the in-name-only exemptions for rape, incest, and victims of human trafficking, as a survivor of sexual assault myself, to have to force a woman to out herself, to avail herself to a police report, to force those things, to get an injunction in place, to be able to receive a little bit more time is cruel to do to a survivor of sexual assault, having to grapple with the reality of what has occurred. When it comes to the health of the mother, it is quite ambiguous as it relates to the law itself and the way that it was drafted, and really has created already very, very scary realities for women. Some women are being told to go to their car, turn off the air conditioning, and develop sepsis-like symptoms so that they can receive appropriate care, abortion care, and that's under the 15-week ban because of the way that the law was written. It is scary, it is a reality, and we know that this is going to happen far more. As we've seen throughout the course of last week and this week, the Supreme Court talking about EMTALA in Idaho, women having to be air-vac'd out of Idaho to receive appropriate care. That will happen in Florida. We know that abortion is health care. We know that these D&Cs and other procedures are abortion care. That is something that women will have to have when it comes to a pregnancy. Not every pregnancy is the same. And this is a very, very scary reality. Whether we're talking about abortion or unintended issues that come along with pregnancy, things that you don't find out about at 6 weeks when you don't even know you're pregnant, this reality is going to be very, very dangerous for women.
And you mentioned, of course, the effects on women directly, but what about the effects on your healthcare system with doctors, OBGYNs, healthcare providers who will literally leave the state because of fear of facing criminal charges, losing their medical license, being imprisoned? What will the downstream and short-term consequences be of that?
We already know that we have a shortage of OBGYNs and ER physicians, quite frankly, in our state. And this is going to continue to compound that issue. You had our governor say, we don't want to imprison women, just the doctors and providers that may be providing or doing these procedures out of turn and without place. The reality is a provider wants to take care of women. ER physicians, OBGYNs, they became doctors so that they could care for people, not so that they can be imprisoned. And what we're seeing and what we have seen, hospitals not wanting to provide care for women because of the imminent risk language that is in the law as it is today and will be going forward. They're afraid to provide appropriate procedures, like I said, sending sending women into their cars to develop sepsis-like symptoms because that is a more imminent risk to the woman's health. They're leaving our state. They don't want to be imprisoned. They don't want to go to jail for 2 years to provide appropriate health care. And quite frankly, right now they're being told that they cannot provide appropriate care to women in their care because of the law that exists. They're fleeing our state. They're devastated by having to turn women away who are just coming in for care. And the reality is a horrific one.
A big issue here. Florida Senate Democratic leader Lauren Book. Lauren, thank you very much for being on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.